So Tampon Tim has resigned and he will not be running for governor for his third term, which is crazy that he thought he could run for another third term. He probably would have got elected too because all the Somalians there. But it just shows that independent news networks like independent YouTubers are rising up. The mainstream media is getting destroyed. We're gonna react to a Fox News thing, but I think that Fox tries to be fair about stuff. That's just my opinion though. But this shows that independent media is rising up. The mainstream media is going to be dead, and I predicted in a video that I made a couple days ago. I predict that they're going to be dead in the next 5 years. Nobody's watching them. Nobody's watching CNN. No one's watching all these other news networks that are either covering up crimes like this or acting like, arresting a dictator is the worst thing ever and we should return them. So the news looks really bad right now. Everything about the news just looks terrible. They're doing such a terrible job. And like I said, they're going to become extinct. It's just going to be all on Twitter, YouTube, all these news medias. There's not going to be a big tentacle, grasping these news networks anymore. It's just going to be people who, like you and I, that may have differences, but we actually report the truth. So let's see this news report. I just bashed the news media, but let's watch this about Tim Walz resigning.
Major breaking political news out of St. Paul, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tim Walz will not seek re-election as governor, and what a fall from grace this has been for him.
Yeah.
You might recall in the spring of 2023, he pushed through several progressive ideas to the state legislature that caught the attention of Barack Obama, who went to Twitter to give his endorsement for the programs, which eventually caught the attention of people like Kamala Harris, who chose him to be her running mate as the vice president.
It's wild.
Introduced in Chicago.
So he got selected as a vice president because Obama and Kamala Harris loved his far left policies and the Somalian fraud. So they just love Somalian fraud. That's why they chose him for vice president. Remember that, guys. They chose Tim Walz because he was embezzling billions of dollars to Somalians. And they're like, hey, we that's a good idea. We should do that. Come run for freaking vice president.
At the convention in August of last year, a debate that was an absolute disaster with J.D. Vance at one point called himself a knucklehead. But after reportedly...
And he's best friends with a killer. Don't forget that. That was crazy.
Billions of dollars have been stolen from taxpayers. By way of the state of Minnesota, Tim Walz says he will not seek a third term. What a remarkable 2 years in the national spotlight has been for him, Dana.
And this is the one time I would actually watch CNN is when they have this guy on here. He's a Republican. He's the only one on there. And he's actually pretty truthful. He's not lukewarm or anything. He actually is a conservative, which I guess I give CNN props because they kind of have to, because they're trying to be a news network that's fair. So they have to have another voice. But they always attack him, though. But he's right on the spot about Tim Walz.
You had an opportunity to ask the president today about this, and you did not. Why?
Well, because when he got on the phone and sounded very much alive, I thought it would sound kind of stupid, frankly, to ask an alive person if they were dead. But I'll tell you who is a complete piece of shit. I'm going to tell you right now.
There have been a lot of swear words at this
Tim
table today.
Walz,
Okay.
the governor of Minnesota, holding up a phone in front of a rally saying, well, we thought we were going to wake up and find out the president had died. Someday it'll happen. Someday it'll happen. I used to say he was the biggest buffoon in American politics, but it's worse now.
He is the biggest buffoon in politics. So, yep, this guy's career is destroyed. And I'm hoping that they throw handcuffs on him next. I just hope that they throw him in prison. I hope this doesn't make Trump want to ease off of him because he's stepping down. They need to go hard on him. They need to keep on pushing this. Nobody will be happy until Tim Walz is in handcuffs. I'm telling you right now. The Conservative Party will not be happy until he's in handcuffs. So what's crazy is he didn't even make a video. He made a post. And as a governor, I believe this looks really bad for him because you can't even address your people without just sitting there on a video camera and expressing how you feel. You have to make a freaking post, which somebody probably sat there and made this. I don't even believe half of these politicians even know how to use Twitter. They have people that do it. So this is what he posted on his Twitter. Minnesota has come first always. Today I'm proud of the work that we've done to make Minnesota the best place to live in and raise kids. Yeah, if you're an illegal Somalian. I've decided to step out of the race and let others worry about the election while I focus on the work. And if you don't know what the work is, nobody knows what the work is. I don't know what work he has done, except for destroying Minnesota and embezzling billions of dollars. That's all he did. He will never be reelected ever again. He won't be showing up as a mayor anytime soon. And hopefully he'll be in prison. I hope he is. So anyway, he did this long essay, which I don't know why he did this because liberals can't read. So, but right here, it says right here, but as I reflected on this moment with my family and my team over the holidays, I came to the conclusion that I can't give a political campaign my all. Every minute I spend defending my own political interests would be a minute I can't spend defending the people of Minnesota against the criminals who prey on our generosity and cynics who prey on our differences. And I think it's very interesting that he said, I am defending citizens from criminals, even though there are millions of illegal Somalians in Minnesota leeching off the taxpayer dollar. You have to come out with shell child care centers to make it look like you're having a daycare there, which is highly illegal. It's like it's like if anybody who owned a business had a bunch of shell companies and they were laundering money, that CEO would be arrested immediately. I'm surprised Tim Walz can even still do this. But I've decided to step out of the race and let others worry about the election while I focus on the work. And like I said, what's the work? We don't know. I think maybe talking to some lawyers because he's about to go in front of Congress, I believe in a couple days. And he'll probably be exposed and promptly arrested. Hopefully they arrest him over at the House of Representatives. That'd be hilarious if they did. He says that we've got Republicans here, the legislature, playing hide and seek with whistleblowers. Yeah, because the whistleblowers are the people who are working for you and they're exposing you, buddy. There's actual leverage when somebody has worked for you and they're saying you're doing all this corrupt stuff. We've got conspiracy theorists, right-wing YouTubers breaking into daycare centers and demanding access to our children. He literally just stood outside. He's talking about Nick Shirley, by the way, if you didn't realize what he's talking about. He literally walked up and asked a question, and they freaking acted like they were ICE about to arrest everybody. He's just a normal person walking up asking questions. It's harassment. That's what been saying, guys. Tim Walz has been telling the Somalians, if people ask you questions, it's harassment. Tell them no, they're harassing you. This dude loves to throw around that word harassment. And breaking into daycare centers. I think that if I was Nick Shirley, this might be actually a legal thing that he can bring up. This is slandering his name. He's clearly talking about Nick Shirley. What other YouTuber has done this? We've got the President of the United States demanding our Somali neighbors and wrongfully confiscated child care funding that Minnesotans rely on. Brother, you are, there is proof that you are doing this. You have empty daycare centers. What are you talking about? These are taken away from some Minnesotans. These should say Somalians. It's taking funding away from illegal Somalians. That's what he should correct that. It's disgusting and dangerous. And then he just talks about Republicans, how they're bad. They're bad, Trump. It's not my fault, guys. It's Trump's fault. Trump, you get Trump. That's if they're gonna run on this for the next election cycle, they're screwed. They're absolutely screwed. You were governor when Trump wasn't in office, buddy. I don't understand how this is Trump's fault. But anyway, he's trying to just save himself. He's trying to look like the good guy. And he's going to go to prison. I hope he does too. I hope this adds on to more of the investigation. His quotes right here. Demonizing Republicans. Obviously, that's what they do. Blaming Trump. Demonizing Nick Shirley. That's all he's doing right here. He doesn't want to address he doesn't address anything. He doesn't address the scam. He doesn't address anything. He just addresses the Republicans and Nick Shirley. That's it. So, like I said, I hope he faces justice soon. He's a despicable person. He can't even acknowledge the freaking $15 billion scandal that he's a part of. He doesn't want to do it. And he should change his profile picture right here. See all the children. They're all the ethnicities. He should just have Somalians all around him at this point. Somebody should make a AI video of Somalians doing this to him. I think there probably is. But anyway, this dude is done for. He's completely cooked. Nick Shirley exposed him. and he has to step down. He has no choice. His party is telling him to step down. Obviously, they're behind closed doors. They're telling him to step down. Clearly, you're caught with the hand in the cookie jar, like they said, or you know, more adult. You're caught with your hand down your pants. Anyway, good riddance. I hope we never hear from this guy again. I hope that they shred him up in Congress, which I'm going to be reacting to that too. It's going to be so awesome to see that. And like I said, a lot of people will not be satisfied until he's in handcuffs, until he's going to prison, because he needs to go to prison. He needs to serve some prison time. Even if it's 5 years, I'll be happy. But anyway, what do you guys think about this? Go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comments below. And good riddance to Tampon Timmy over here. The only thing he has done is put tampons in the boys' bathroom and push trans ideology on everybody. And obviously, you know, defraud all of his taxpayers as well. And California's next too. I'm going to start making videos about California. This dude is cooked. I think I talked about Minnesota enough. I want to try to talk about California because there's a lot of scandals going on there, and Newsom is completely silent. He has not been tweeting as much as he has because he knows his time is coming too. And go ahead, hype this video. Just let people know that Tim Walz resigned. He's scared. He's a scaredy cat. And he's abandoning everybody. Once you get caught and you're a criminal, you leave. You know, when a dictator of a country gets caught and they're about to get taken over, the leader will leave. They'll flee the country. That's kind of like Tim Walz here. He's a coward. I'll see you guys next video.